Have you ever made a decision that felt right in the moment, only to realize later that you were just following what was expected of you, what you should do? Maybe you felt pressured to choose the safe path and ignore your gut and intuition or constantly second guess yourself. These patterns aren't random. They're deeply connected with the way you were raised and the generational cycles you've inherited. So, in this video, I'll show you how your human design authority holds the key to making decisions that are truly aligned with you, not your conditioning. Hi, I'm Tonya, a human design guide and intuitive healer. I help women break free from generational patterns, reconnect with their true selves, and step fully into their power. And in this series, I'm showing you how human design reveals the invisible conditioning that's holding you back. So let's dive in. If you missed the last video, go check it out first. We talked about how your profile lines reveal the unconscious roles you've been playing and how to shift into your highest expression. I'll link it below so you can catch up. So, what is your human design authority? It is the way that you're designed to interact in the world and respond to opportunities. Now, what is your human design authority? It is your best decision making process that guides you toward choices that are correct for you, choices that align with your energy. And why does that matter? Because most people are making decisions based on conditioning. It's what they should do rather than what is actually correct for them. Generational trauma and family expectations often override our natural decision making and lead to constant misalignment. Now, generational conditioning can impact our decision making. Many of us were not taught to trust ourselves. Family expectations often override our intuition. We hear things like, you need a stable job, which may make us feel forced to stay in the work that we hate. Or you should always be logical, when maybe that forces us to suppress our true emotions, putting us into making decisions from our mind instead of what our intuition knows. Or you have to decide quickly, quick, quick, quick. Pressure marketing, right? There are some types and authorities where being rushed is not helpful for us. So when you go against your design, you often feel stuck in repeating patterns. You can feel burnt out, unfulfilled, disconnected from your purpose and your own inner wisdom. You might even feel regretful or start doubting your choices and decisions. So there are authorities that I'm going to go through right now to really help you break free. And the first is the emotional authority. This is the authority to wait for clarity. And the condition is taught to push through those emotions, be more logical, make fast decisions. And the way to break that cycle is to give yourself time before you make commitments. Big choices shouldn't be rushed. The sacral authority, this is the gut response. The conditioning here can be taught to be rational rather than following your gut instincts. So the way you break that cycle is to listen to your gut. It's telling you everything you need to know. Now, splenic authority, instant intuition. The conditioning here is taught to gather more information instead of trusting your inner knowing. The way that you break that cycle is to learn to trust your first instinct and not overthink that decision. When it's a yes, you know it's a yes. And when it's a no, you know it's a no. Now, the will or ego authority can be making choices based on your desire and willpower. So the conditioning here is taught that wanting something for yourself is selfish. And really, the way that you break that cycle is to honor what you truly want, not what others expect or what others want you to want. The self projected authority is speaking decisions out loud for clarity. So, the condition here is that you might be taught to seek external validation instead of trusting your voice. So, breaking that cycle here is really about speaking your truth. When you hear yourself say it, you know it. The mental authority is this external sounding board. So the conditioning here is that you're taught to figure things out alone rather than processing things verbally or looking to outside uh, tools to be able to help you process that. So, breaking the cycle is surrounding yourself with aligned people, those who reflect your truth back to you. And then the reflector has a lunar authority, and this is waiting a full moon cycle. So the conditioning here is that you're taught to rush decisions and conform to group expectations. But breaking that cycle is taking your time. Clarity for you comes when you honor your own unique rhythm. So, how do you start trusting your own decisions? The step one is identifying your authority. Look at your human design chart, it will tell you which authority is yours. Step two is noticing where you've ignored it in the past. What patterns do you keep repeating when you're ignoring your own authority? And then step three is start small. Practice trusting yourself in low stakes situations before you start making big decisions. Remember, human design is an experiment. So start experimenting with these and seeing how they work for you. Now that you know how your authority impacts your decision making, the next step is using it to break old cycles. And that's why I created the Healing the Feminine Through Human Design Workbook. It walks you through your centers, your patterns, and your healing path, and you can grab it at the link in the description. It's free. And if you want a personalized breakdown of your chart, you can book a clarity and alignment session with me. We'll map out exactly where these patterns show up and how to break free, and I'll put the details below. Now, in the next video, we're talking about becoming the cycle breaker, owning your power, creating a new legacy, and this is where everything we've talked about in this series comes together. So be sure to subscribe and stay tuned.